with some frozen yogurt, sherbet, or soy ice cream.
Soy.
I know. They all say ooh.
Soy is no good.
Soy always is no good. But guess what? You're going to taste it for me. And I'm going to have several flavors. And until I'm going to look you in your eye every time you eat one of the flavors. And you're going to tell me if you don't like any of those, we'll use some of the other ones. But we're going to try them first. So we expose the kids to other options. What am I going to give you?
What kind of soy ice cream are you going to give me? My favorite
vanilla.
is...
We have vanilla. We have banana. We have and chocolate.
I like banana. I don't like vanilla or chocolate.
But whatever you have, whatever your palate requires, we will supply.
Okay.
So what we do is we offer alternatives to all of the things that I'm telling you that you can't have as much of anymore. I'm going to offer you a alternative to try.
Like the same taste. Like I love, love, love strawberry ice cream or banana ice cream.
So guess what? You're going to eat more strawberries and bananas and add it to whatever choice that you chose for the healthy alternatives.
Okay, so I would take the fruit in place of the ice cream.
Absolutely.
And you think you can program me to do that?
Absolutely. Now in camp, during the camp time, I feed you.
Oh my God!
So when you say
I sit down at the table, you feed me with the spoon, girl.
I give you your plate, and you haven't eaten anything because you've been with me all day long. So we feed you breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And when you go home, you have a snack before you go to bed.
Okay.
So we control that. Okay.
But you're only going to have me during the day. At night, I can get up in the house and go get whatever I want.
And that's when we work with the families. It's definitely, if you can't do it without working with the families. The families are understanding that they have to have a certain requirement and level of responsibility at home. You know, well,
my parents fight all the time. They don't pay any attention to me.
We're going to find somebody in your environment to be your coach at home. It's called a family partner. Your little sister, your little brother, your big brother. Somebody's going to say, hey, what you doing in there? Get out the kitchen, that's not right. Or they're going to walk past your room and see you with a wrapper. What's going on, okay? Just to have a Adrian reminder at home.
Okay,
Right? But at the end of the day, if you really want to get healthy and lose weight and be healthier, not necessarily get skinny, because skinny doesn't mean healthy, but get healthier. We're going to evaluate you on multiple levels, and we're going to set healthy, attainable goals, and I'm not going to leave you until you get there.
Why do the boys make fun of me because I'm fat? A girl can be pretty as fat at any size.
You know, it's so many pretty girls like yourself that are overweight. You're right.
Thank you.
But boys are so insecure and so funny and playful at this age.
So they want to put us down to make them feel bigger.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you have to learn how to block all that out. And in Mastermind Monday, you will learn how to focus on your true essence, find your true essence in the time of need.
Well, I think the best way to get a guy to stop talking about you is when you get all skinny and sexy, just walk right by him and just dog. You know, it's something like that.
And I have a lot of divas like you. And
you have divas,
full of divas, okay?
Good.
And what we do is we have diva goals, okay? You are a diva, but you're going to be a healthier, flyer diva.
Okay.
When you reach your goal. And they know that. I mean, although we do sweat and they have to wrap their hair, we're going to wrap it up.
Oh, you have to, exactly.
But you have to get it done. And without sweat, we're not going to get where we're going. So we're going to work with you until you get to your goal. And that's how it goes.
But what about running? Do you have a track for them to run?
We have an obstacle course.
Obstacle course, okay.
Yeah. We have obstacle course that includes different segments of workouts and running. We do run as well. We have a mile program, meaning that most kids can't run a mile. And a mile is a part of the presidential test that they supposedly use in the school systems.
Right.
Most of our kids cannot pass that test.
I remember in school we did PE about 3 times a week.
Yeah.
They don't have that
so
anymore,
they can't last. Instead of 4 laps around the track, they won't last 1 lap. So we work to get them transition into doing better over time. So although you may not be able to do a whole lap now, in 2 months you'll be able to do 1. In 3 months,
so in 2 months, how much weight am I going to lose with you?
It all varies on what your input is. I've had kids lose, in 2 months, I've had kids lose 20 pounds.
Cool.
I've had kids lose 5. I've had kids stay the same. I've had kids
Doesn't
just
it ever
2.
get you down when someone doesn't continue the same
our
thing?
thing is, long as you don't gain, you're safe.
Okay.
Okay? We're not really hung up on the weight loss. I love to see my overweight kids lose weight, don't get me wrong. But my main thing is to stop the overweight, because the thing with children is they're continuing to grow.
Yes.
So if you have an overweight kid at the age of 7 or 6 or younger the better and chubby, they have that much more ability to grow taller and span out with no weight loss.
Yes.
Of course, if we do lose weight, that'll be easier for us to get to our goal faster. But just if we can halt the weight gain, and just allow these kids to grow healthy with supplying them with the fruits and nutrition. And
well, I've noticed in the schools now, in the cafeterias, there's a lot more vegetables.
Yes, I mean, but the
Are
cafeteria.
you responsible for that?
We're working on them one school at a time. The school lunches, I mean, for lack of better terms, sucks. That's what we say. We don't trust. We, the quarter pounders, don't trust the school lunches. Okay. Most of the time, we are encouraging our families to pack their lunch. Period. The pressures of standing in line and choosing a healthier option, and when everyone else around you is choosing the pizza, the tater tarts, it's hard for that child.
What about chicken tenders?
Chicken tenders are fried. No fried foods.
No fried foods.
Tater tarts, they say they're baked, but it's fried.
Okay.
Don't get caught up in the hype. So it's not healthy. They may have a salad, but it's iceberg lettuce. That's not a real salad. Quarter pounders can't eat iceberg salads.
Why?
It's water. That's not nutrients. We want dark lettuce.
Dark
in our
lettuce,
garden,
okay.
We do dark lettuce.
Dark lettuce.
The
What kind of dressings?
Light, clear dressings. It has to be clear. You can do vinaigrette, Italian, anything creamy. Nothing creamy. You can't look it up and see something. They can have stuff in it. It has to be a clear dressing.
What do you give for lunch for like a 2-year-old though?
For a 2-year-old, we do fruits and vegetables.
They'll eat it? That's good.
You have to just expose that child to something. And I mean, I was a picky eater as a child, and even as a young adult, I'm still a picky eater.
Are you really?
But so I can relate to them on multiple levels.
Now, let me ask you, I want you to be honest. You ever go out and get a quarter pounder?
So I really stopped eating that type of meat a long time ago.
Really?
What we do is we educate
What
the
about
children.
a grilled chicken sandwich?
I love grilled chicken. I love Checkers. I love So you have to have your days.
You gotta have your vice.
Right.
Everybody
exactly.
needs
But you can't go overboard. And what we've been doing as a community and as family is allowing our kids and ourselves
Families
to go
are
overboard.
out. They're drowning in their own bodies.
I mean, the calorie counts that they're intaking on a daily basis is extremely high, and the bodies don't know what to do with it. Insulin resistance is developing, premature diabetes, heart disease is developing. I mean, just imagine the weight that a particular person carries, excess, and what that does to the body, especially when you're dealing with kids.
The body can only take so much stress.
And so
only
can that
so
heart.
much.
We call it heart health. How long has your heart had to pump through all of that weight?
Exactly.
The younger the age, the harder and the shorter that lifespan of that heart is.
I have
It's logic.
seen some very heavy children, and I just think to myself, you know, what does mom and dad look like? But sometimes you see a very slender dad and a very skinny mother.
Right, and you can genetics plays a role in it as well.
And you've got this
genetics plays a role
very
in it as
heavy
well.
child.
Right, and each kid is different. You can have a family with only one overweight kid and everybody else fine. Or a family with a family of all overweight people and one kid that's
So you think genetics,
genetics plays a role.
My grandmother was heavy, so you're going to be heavy.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be you're going to be, but it does have, it's a predisposition. But with that, the thing, genetic and environment, that's the two things. So genetics can be set, but it's the environment that we can control.
I control this. Our 30 minutes are up.
Wow. Well, I have
will
to
you
come
back? You have to
Absolutely.
come back.
We've only touched the iceberg.
Only the tip of the
Oh, my
iceberg.
goodness.
So I want to thank you so much for coming.
Absolutely.
Even though you were a little bit late, that's okay. Don't do it again.
I knew about the power outage. You just didn't know.
I hope and pray that everyone who watches this segment over the next 30 minutes at home, or we're on YouTube tonight as well, please watch this show. Please, please listen. Save the children.
Please.
Until next time.